What is going on, Facebook? How we doing, James? How you doing, buddy?
Man, I'm having one of the best days I could ask for today. I'm having a great time. I cannot wait for us to get this party started. How you doing?
Oh, man, I am fantastic. This has been a huge dream of mine for as long as I can remember.
Yes, sir.
And also you're rocking the shirt, man. You're rocking the jersey.
Rocking it. Check me out. Right there, sir. Right there.
And of course, I'm rocking one of my favorite movies of all time, The Heavyweights. And one of my favorite lines from that movie is, "Fat is out of here, mister. And we're going to do it together."
Together.
And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we have a very, very special guest with us today. And this is something we have always wanted to do. We've always talked about having this man on because he was our childhood. I actually watched The Heavyweights again today. So, it's still a part of my life.
Absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen, we give you
the man,
Mr.
the myth, the legend,
Shaun Weiss.
Yes. Eldridge and Blackburn. Nice to be with you gentlemen this evening. Thank you for having me.
The pleasure is ours, Shaun. Thank you so much for coming on
Absolutely.
the show. It means a lot.
Is a huge honor.
Huge moment for us. We've been watching you since we were kids. You've had a huge impact on our lives, whether you know it or not. We're just so crazy and excited to have you on.
Well, it's nice to be here. Don't go making me feel too old now. Take it easy.
Hey, my bad. That's my bad.
No, I'm old, bro. Where does the time go? I think Mighty Ducks, we just had our 30-year anniversary. Like, isn't that insane?
Insane, man.
Like, life is like, it feels like it's been a long time, but it kind of just feels like yesterday still. So weird.
Exactly. I can still remember watching VHS, man. I still got all the movies on VHS. Got them on DVD. Time just goes out the window before you know it.
Yeah,
it's fun to get out the VHS once in a while and
yes, sir.
Go look at those.
Yeah. So back in October, I was actually at James's place, and we watched all the Mighty Ducks, 1 through 3. And it's one of those things. Like, it's something that it brings people. It's kind of movies that bring people together.
It's that true underdog story come to life.
Yeah, definitely. And also, I don't know, I'm finding that it just reminds people of like a happy time in their childhood. So they like throwing it on for that nostalgia purpose, Exactly. And it does for me too. When I put them on, it takes me back to like when we made the movies. So I get a kick out of it the same way.
So about the Mighty Ducks. So what was it like going in for rehearsals, trying to get the job there with the Mighty Ducks? What was it like to try and go through all that?
Well, trying to get the part, they busted my balls. I must have gone in. It took me like 6 months worth of auditioning. Wow. And I only had one line. The line was, "I'm a toque the goalie." And I kept thinking, like, how much better can I do the line? Like, I can't do it any better. So what do you people want from me? So they didn't make it easy because I lived in New Jersey and the auditions were always in New York. So it's a full day, It's a full day to go in and hours of traveling and parking and waiting just to go in the room and be like, "I'm a toque the goalie. See you next time." And I don't know what the time, I don't know why it took them so long, but it just took them a while. I think they saw pretty much every young actor in the business had an audition for that movie. It's probably why it took so long. but it wasn't easy. And then one day, I remember vividly coming home from school one day, and I popped through the front door, and my mom yelled down at me, "Welcome home, Atuk." I was like, "Huh?" That was her way of telling me that I had gotten the part.
That's so cool. What was it like actually like shooting and everything from your day-to-day basis? What was that like?
It was just, bro. It was really like it was like being in summer camp, dude. It was like all your homies. It's really the best way to describe it. I mean, there was work, and there is serious work to be done, but that expression they say, like, find something you'll love to do and you'll never work.
Yep.
So it was kind of like that, man. Like, I loved being in the movies so much. I loved the whole process and being on the ice, and it really did kind of feel like we were a part of a team, like, so there was definitely a dimension of the Ducks that was just very much a real thing, and we were just all, young buddies on a team.
That's so cool.
So it was great. It was great going to work every day.
Wow.
So in D3, what really sticks out in my mind in that one was when Goldberg got the winning goal.
The best part of the movie.
Best part of
Charlie, never do that to me again. Love that line.
And it kind of like, it kind of intertwined with the beginning where he was like, Goldberg, don't you do that to me again. Then at the end, you're saying it to Charlie. Is fantastic. When you found out that your character was going to make the winning goal, what was going through your mind at that point?
Oh, I was stoked. I was like, are you serious? That was like the best possible news ever. I was like, how can that be? I'm like, they know I'm the goalie, right? And when I read the whole thing, it was just very flattering because, all the actors in the movie loved being on the Ducks so much. So to be considered like important enough to where they would do that, like make me score the winning goal, I was stoked. Definitely made my day.
Well, your character was the heart and soul of the team, in my opinion. You can't have a Mighty Ducks without Goldberg, period.
That's nice. But he is the goalie, I think when Julie the cat came on the squad, I think it was real touch and go for Goldberg for a while.
Oh yeah, for sure. Always trying to fatten her up and get one over on her.
Yeah, and I don't know that Goldberg, like, all the other characters seem to like get better. And I don't know that Goldberg ever had that moment. Like, definitely when he got strapped to the goalpost, he probably became less afraid. But I don't know that at any point he ever became like more athletic or a better goaltender. So, definitely I'm glad he was in there for his comic relief.
What was that like, getting strapped to the goal and having all those shots fired at you?
It hurt. It hurt. And definitely, I'm sure, caused some PTSD. I haven't uncovered it yet in my my group therapy sessions, but it had to have. That scene was crazy because everyone kept telling me before we shot the scene that, oh, this is going to be the best scene in the movie. So I kind of felt a little bit of pressure because I didn't really see it. I didn't really I didn't see the whole thing in my head put together the way other people did. So I kind of felt a little pressure. It was like, well, how do I not F this up, basically? So it just happened to work out. But Emilio, he was the one, he mentioned to me very early on when we started shooting. He said, the scene where we tie you up is going to be the best scene of the movie, right? I was like, really? Holy shit, that's fantastic. And, according to some people, he was right.
Oh, definitely. It was one.
But I definitely remember having diarrhea that day. And it could have come at a worse time. And you can't really be like, listen, guys, that movie scene you want to shoot? can't do it. I got the shits. So I just had to grin and bear it, but it definitely added to the degree of difficulty on that day.
So when the bugs were coming out, you were just like, please don't let loose right now. Please don't
They
let loose.
scared the shit out of me, is all I'll say.
Quite literally.
Oh, man.
What was it like working with Emilio? I know he told you that was going to be one of the big scenes of it, but that had to be amazing. Being a kid and you have Emilio Estevez, this super high A-list celebrity that you get to work with. That must have been an amazing moment for you.
It was very cool because I've always been a person that likes celebrities and I'm a little starstruck, So I was incredibly just happy to meet him, and he's one of the coolest people you could imagine. So it was cool, like being young and having that impression of like, oh, celebrities are cool, and he did a lot of cool stuff. Like he would rent out movie theaters and take us on movie night and stuff. So
oh crap.
He was awesome, and it was very cool, like rubbing elbows with a famous guy. He had his movie called Judgment Night, I think it was called. Did one called Judgment Night? Well, that one came out while we were in the middle of production. So he rented out a theater, and we all went to see it. And awesome movie. Have you guys seen that movie?
I personally haven't seen it. I'm going to go look it up now.
Oh, dude, you're going to enjoy it. It's a good one. It's a popcorn movie for sure.
Nice.
So with the heavyweights, I got a question, and this has always been on my mind. The Seymour Butts scene. What was originally supposed to be said? Because it looks like you were saying something else. They kind of went in and changed it.
Yeah, the original joke is Peter Fitz. Who's Peter Fitz? Anyone's Peter Fitz if you push it hard enough.
Yes!
That's the original joke, and now you know why they changed that shit.
I wish they would have kept it. That's so good.
It's funny. It's funny. I've used it in my actual life several times.
What's been like the biggest thing that you've collected from the movie, like for yourself?
What do you mean collected, like stuff?
Yeah.
Like,
what stuck with you the most from all the movies that you've done?
I mean, I had a lot of shit, but I lost it in a storage unit in like 2017. But I had all kinds of shit from the Ducks. I mean, I had all the equipment and the jerseys and clothes, and I had so much hockey stuff. I must have had, like, without an exaggeration, probably like 100 signed NHL jerseys.
Wow.
And somebody got that shit in a storage unit. Can you imagine that?
Yeah, bastards.
I mean, I'm talking like Wayne Gretzky, all the Ducks, but like Mike Modano. I mean, all the just tons of like A-list signed jerseys. It was crazy, and signed sticks. Oh my god, I had such a collection. So yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything I had at one point the my goalie helmet. That was cool. Because Goldberg actually was the very first goalie to wear an iTech helmet, because they were just developing those at the time we were making D1, and the iTech guys came to the set and they were, kind of explaining what their product was and trying to get the producers to let them use one of their helmets, and they succeeded. And so pretty sure I was the first goalie ever depicted with one of those iTech masks. And so I had one at home for the longest time, and I'm trying to think what happened to it. I think that went to Planet Hollywood. That's so
cool. Setting records, man. Setting trends.
I think, I'm not positive. I'm sure I could locate it. But I actually lost, one of the coolest probably my favorite piece of equipment or item of merchandise that I had from those movies was I had my very first goalie stick that they ever gave me in training camp, like on day one of training camp. And I subsequently went on to use the stick in the filming of the movie. And then at the end of the film, at the wrap party, they gave me the stick. And it was one of the items that I lost in the storage unit. But the good news is I got out of treatment and I got better and I tracked down that stick and I was able to actually find the stick. So
Awesome.
yeah, some guy tried to sell it to me and I didn't have $5,000 to give him, but the original stick that was ever a Goldberg stick is out there somewhere. I know where it is. If I win the lottery or we do Ducks 4, maybe I'll own it again someday.
There we go. We can only pray for Ducks 4, man. I would absolutely love to see that.
Yes.
There's been so many times where I've like written screenplays in my brain for like Goldberg. You know, I'd love to see him actually like go to the NHL and then, you know, maybe start his own like little like D5 league and bring in a bunch of kids, really mentor him. I would love to see that.
Yeah, there's so many like possible outcomes for which way you could take the story, and definitely for the Goldberg character too. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you never know. Maybe they'll get something going at some point. I want them to do heavyweights too. That just seems like a no-brainer.
Absolutely a heavyweight.
Yes.
No brainer.
That seems like a no-brainer.
I would be totally down for that.
Yeah, that movie just seems to have like a built-in audience, and it's like a kind of a cheaper movie to shoot compared to X-Men. You know what I mean? You just need a few cheeseburgers.
Yeah.
And so that seems like something that they could possibly do. You know, and Keenan just did a Good Burger not too long ago, so you never know.
Exactly.
Maybe they'll do it.
If they do it, they
Keep
better
in
call you.
contact with people you've worked with over the years?
Say that again?
Do you still keep in contact with a few people that you've worked with over the years?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely some guys that I'll always be in touch with, and then I have fallen out of touch with a lot of the guys. But sometimes we'll meet up at these conventions that we do once or twice a year. But Keenan, I haven't spoken to in, I don't know, 20 years. We say hello on Instagram once in a while.
Heck yeah. Is there anyone that you kind of want to work with that you've worked with again in the past?
Anyone that I want to work with that I've worked with again? Well, I mean, definitely all the Ducks. Like the idea of meeting up with those guys and doing another Ducks film, that'd be insane. And besides that, nobody comes to mind. There are too many people that I haven't worked with that I would like to work with.
Yeah.
To sit and go back and do second passes. You know what I mean? There's too many people that I haven't met. Like, I'll give you an example. I'd like to do some scenes with Shia LaBeouf. I feel like he'd be a excellent scene partner, and I feel like he'd be fun to watch work. So guys like that, you know?
I feel like you two would definitely bring out the best in one another. You guys would have great chemistry, I think.
Well, I'm not going to doubt you, because that guy just looks like he means business. So, and I feel like that's my strength really my strength when I'm in comedy scenes is I tend to get the other person to forget that they're in a scene. I've been accused of that.
That's awesome. I mean, that's something that you can't learn. It's just something that you have.
I agree with that. Yeah. That specific skill.
Yeah.
But you can get better at it.
Yeah.
Definitely you can get better at it.
So now I have a question about Pee-wee's Playhouse. What was the audition like for that?
Well, I mean, told this story. I tell it in my stand-up comedy sometimes because it's kind of it's a crazy story. I found out that I had the audition for Pee-wee's Playhouse, I think the day after I saw the movie. Maybe my mom found out I had the audition and then showed me the movie is probably what happened. But I saw the movie, and 6 years old, I was like mind blown, just by this character. And then found out I was going to go audition to be on his show. It's like, this is weird shit when you're 6.
Yeah.
Like I don't know that I knew the difference. Like that Pee Wee was just a character. I don't know that I knew that. I just knew that I was going to see this guy. So I stayed up for almost all night learning my lines, and I was so excited to go and do my scene with Pee Wee. And my mom drove me into the city, and I got into the room and waited hours to get in there. And I finally get in there, and I'm ready to do my scene with Pee Wee, and Pee Wee's not there. It's this guy with a baseball cap, and he's got a long beard, and he's wearing glasses. And I'm like, wait a second, well, where's Pee Wee? And they told me, well, that's Pee Wee. He's not dressed up. And I was like, listen, I know I'm only 5, but that doesn't mean you can bullshit me. Like, give me Pee Wee. And so they were like, no, really, that's Pee Wee. And I said, look, I don't know what's going to happen here, but I came to do scenes with Pee Wee, and I refused to do the scene without Pee Wee. I was a stinker. So Paul Rubin left the room and went and transformed himself into Pee Wee. Full everything. I mean, they must have cut his hair. I'm not kidding. He had a beard, came back without a beard. He was gone for probably an hour. And so he came back in as Pee Wee, and you can imagine how I felt. I was overjoyed. And after we did the scene, I told him, hey, Pee Wee, before you were here, there was some guy in here telling everybody that he was you. And Paul said to me, oh, yeah, that was Paul. He does that all the time.
Oh, man. That's
fucking Pee Wee. He was such a sweet guy and such a nice, warm, loving human being. And everybody that ever knew him has the same thing to say. So he's got quite a reputation.
Was that the first time you were ever like starstruck to meet somebody?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that I was starstruck at the time. I just wanted to meet Pee Wee. That's what I'm saying. I don't know that I knew the difference that this was a celebrity, somebody playing a part. I probably just thought that was a guy,
Yeah. That's incredible.
So, with heavyweights, I gotta ask this. What was, I know this is probably similar, but what was the food like? Because it was a weight loss movie.
What was the food like? Look, I'll tell you this. There was unlimited food, and they had like a plan to get us as fat as possible. I think what they wanted was just they wanted for when you watch the movie, we're fatter at the end of the movie than we were when it started. I think that was their idea for the joke. These kids go to fat camp and they end up gaining weight. And so the food was awesome, and it was plentiful, and it was catered frequently. And so I didn't realize, till very recently, somebody brought it to my attention that it wasn't a very healthy lifestyle. and I didn't really think about it, but like my mom kind of, I wouldn't want to say egged me on to be fat, but she didn't care very much that I was obese. So I don't know. It's some shit to think about later on in life. And I feel bad, a lot of people tell me that heavyweights, made it like okay to be comfortable with their weight. And I just hope that that movie isn't like responsible for the diabetes type 2 pandemic that we're having. I just hope. I didn't realize that. I never knew that that movie was as meaningful to people in that way until I got into trouble and started reading. People started sending me letters when I was in jail, and it was just it was a shock to know that it meant so much to so many people in that way. So I heard just from kids that were overweight that were like, I didn't want to go to school, and I was depressed going to school until I saw that movie, and that made it like acceptable and cool. It was like, since you were one of the heavy kids and you were like, your character was one of the cool guys, it made it okay for me. And so when you have a movie that can do that for people, that's awesome. That's miraculous, right?
Yes.
So I'm super proud. I mean, it's not me, it was the movie. So I'm just proud that the movie is that meaningful to so many people.
Yeah, and also this, I was one of those kids. You know, I was big, but that movie always made me feel better about myself, because here's a movie that's surrounded about kids my size, and the movie's about them. So so I can go on in life and be like, hey, I'm gonna own what I'm doing and be who I am. If you don't like me, oh well, I'll just go home and watch the heavyweights and think positively. That's the way it was when I was growing up.
Well, that's awesome, man, that it was able to help out in that way. You know, like that, like things were so much more old fashioned back then. Like back then you had trauma, you went and watched heavyweights. Now that's like $10,000 in therapy you're talking about.
Facts. So what's been your favorite part that you've played so far? Is it the Ducks? Is it heavyweights?
What's been my favorite part of what?
What's your favorite like character that you've done? What's your favorite part from all the movies that you've put out?
I don't know, man. Like I've done a couple acting parts. I feel like heavyweights and Goldberg, it's kind of just an extension of myself, really. So that kind of stuff, I mean, it's fun, but for an actor, it's a lot more fun to play characters that are outside of your own personality. So I don't know. I just did a part recently that I found challenging and very fun in that movie Jesus Revolution, and I played played a Vietnam vet that was struggling with drug addiction, and so to be able to like take some of my own personal experience and weave that into a character, that was like some real actor shit. So I felt I felt like a professional for a little while, and that was a tremendous fun.
That's so cool.
Going to bring that up because that was your first film in a long time, correct?
Long time, yeah.
So what was it like being on set again?
Dude, it was so fun. Like, honestly, acting is the best job if you can get it, dude. I had like, I don't know, I was in 2 scenes, and first of all, they paid me a shit ton of money, and they sent me out to I think it was Alabama, put me up in the nicest suite in a nice ass hotel, and just let me stay there. I wasn't even working. They're just like, yeah, stay, hang out, relax, enjoy the food. And I worked for like I think I worked for 3 or 4 days, and I was there for like 3 weeks, just chilling.
Wow.
So it's good work, man. It's just so fun. I wasn't even really thinking about getting back into acting, really. I wasn't really trying to do that until I did this part, and just gave me the bug again, man. Seeing how fun it was, you know?
That's good to hear, because we can't wait to see you in other films. Like we said, we're huge fans of you, so we're dying to see any new roles that you're trying to put out.
Oh man, I would love to do something for you. Have you guys seen that little YouTube show that I did?
No,
Yes.
I got to check this out.
Oh, he saw it.
Goodness
All right,
gracious,
Eldridge saw it.
Please.
Because if you're looking for some Weiss content, that's at least a few episodes. But that was something I just felt very passionate about, and I was trying to. It was basically something we did after our HBO show didn't get picked up because we were developing a series for them, and it didn't work out. So I said, "F it! I'm just going to make my own show with
Yes.
an iPhone," and so I did. And so probably would have kept going with that. I mean, that show was kind of like my passion project. And I probably would have kept going with that if things hadn't come undone, so to speak. But if I can ever get back into a position to make more episodes of that thing, that would be my happiness.
Well, we're definitely pulling for that. I'm going to check it out as soon as we get off here.
Awesome. Yeah, you'll laugh. I think it's funny.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Nice. You get me, Eldridge. You get me.
Absolutely.
It was based on, like at the time, and we're going back, last episode I think was like 7 or 8 years ago at this point. But I was very heavily inspired by both Seinfeld and then Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yes, sir.
So
I love both.
The concept of the show was basically like it was Larry David, but if he didn't have $250 million, if he was just struggling trying to make it in the entertainment industry, but still had like very much this, similar sort of sensibilities.
That sounds
Yeah, James,
awesome.
you need to watch it. It's really good.
Yeah, dude. Let me know what you think when you watch. If you think it's fun. Well, if you like it, let me know. If you don't like it, then just fuck off.
Yes, sir. I know I'm gonna love it.
But Shaun Weiss, we thank you so much for your time tonight.
Guys, it's been a pleasure. I love your attitude. I'm gonna keep watching Eldritch and who's the other guy?
Blackburn.
That's right, Blackburn. You guys have an official fan.
Yes, sir. Can't tell you how much that means to us.
Yes. And ladies and gentlemen, with that, we're out. See you guys.
Quack, quack.
Quack, quack.